Coming up on Mount News this morning, people in Eastern Kentucky County come out in bunches to support their local businesses, and people in one city in our region attend some fun events focusing on the wonders of engineering.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, 6:31 on the dot. I'm Dakota Makris. It's Monday, and I can't believe it's already 6:30, Brandon. I guess time flies when you're having fun, or you're just trying to stay awake like me. I mean, honestly, I've been over here like nodding off trying to read scripts, so I need another Coke Zero in me, but I've already drank the one I brought.
It's okay.
So
we'll figure something out.
You know, I don't like coffee. I'm not really a big coffee drinker. I probably just upset most of our viewers.
It's okay. Some of them may understand. So, I mean, I'm sure a lot of them were probably like, really? And here's the thing. I'll share a secret with you. I didn't like coffee for a long time either. But as a wedding gift, and this has been years ago, you always put on your registry something that you don't think anybody will buy you because it's so expensive. Keurigs, it just came out at that point. And I was like, you know, I'm going to throw one on there. Somebody bought it. And I was like, well, I guess I'm going to learn how to drink coffee. And the tradition continues. All right, let's get into the forecast this morning. We're going to be seeing a beautiful start today across parts of the region. We head over to I-75 at Corbin, and things are pretty nice over there at the moment. Not too much going on down that way. Traffic pretty light right now. 46 Clintwood, 44 Monticello. Those are our two colder spots. A lot of 40s out toward I-75 and Lake Cumberland, down toward the Cumberland Valley there in Middlesboro. But everybody else pretty much in the 50s this morning, with the hot spot being Pikeville at 58. Normal day to a little extra due to temperatures on the normal day part, and a little extra because it's Monday on the coffee meter. And the forecast, it's going to be gorgeous today. Get out there and enjoy it. Some patchy dense fog this morning. Watch out for that. 80 this afternoon, down to 60 tonight as clouds start to increase once again. Dakota?
Well, new this morning, there's an ongoing manhunt for a person suspected of shooting a police officer in Grenip County. The shooting happened about 2:30 this morning in the Flatwoods community. Kentucky State Police say the Flatwoods Police Department officer was responded to a 911 call of a suspicious person before he was shot. While the officer was flown to a hospital, there is no word on his current condition. You can find the image of the man police are looking for and any updates to this story on our website at WYMT.com. And of course, we'll keep you updated as we learn more. People in Johnson County were out in bunches browsing local products and supporting small businesses during the weekend. Our Jordan Mullins has more about Market 606 in downtown Paintsville and what it means to those involved.
Folks in Johnson County were invited out for an old-fashioned Main Street Market Day in downtown Paintsville.
Small business is big business in our communities, and that's no different here in Johnson County. We are a very pro-business organization as a government.
Market 606 is an event that is focused on allowing small businesses and new businesses to gain exposure.
We've been looking for an event to kind of get our foot in the door in town, and my husband saw this on Facebook, so he decided to sign me up.
Allowing folks to discover local shops and meet new people.
It's been great. We've met a lot of people. A lot of people are curious about our farm and didn't really know that we were out there. So this is kind of eye-opening for them about what alpacas are and why we would have them.
While boosting the county and town's economy.
It's a total economic impact on the whole community when you have events like this that give people a reason to come to your community. And that's what we want to continue to do.
Inviting folks from out of town and here in the mountains to shop small and shop local. In Paintsville, Jordan Mullins, WYMT Mountain News.
Well, there was also an ATV parade and live music played after the market and plenty of food trucks to keep folks full. Judge Executive McKenzie said it was an amazing event for Johnson County small businesses and the city of Paintsville. During the Market 606 in Paintsville, we caught up with a local nonprofit focused on making sure kids had a wonderful Christmas. Christmas for Kids of Kentucky came out to give out free cotton candy to the kids and to accept donations from the community. President Brandon Mays says the organization is focused on gaining enough donations to ensure every child in Eastern Kentucky has an amazing Christmas.
From December, I guess, 11th to December 10th of the next year, we're just raising as much money as possible through all the organization's efforts. This year, of course, we're here at Market 606. We'll be at Spring Fling We have the Paul Griner Memorial Scramble that all the benefit of that goes to Christmas for Kids this year at Paintsville Country Club.
Well, if you missed the nonprofit's cotton candy booth at Market 606 to come to Paintsville Spring Fling May 21st and 22nd, or the Paul Griner Memorial Golf Scramble on June 25th to help kids have a Merry Christmas. This past weekend, Remake Learning Days came to a close in Pikeville with several different events focusing on science, technology, engineering, math, or STEM fields, as they are known. But on Saturday, the letter E was in the spotlight. Mountain E Day focused on the wonders of engineering and sharing the excitement of the fields with hands-on activities at 3 different locations. The University of Pikeville had 50 different physics activities, including BitSource hosted Zoom meetings with NASA and Toyota engineers, and several robotics activities hosted by the Appalachian Wireless Arena.
Our intention today was to show them that engineering is right here in the mountains, that these are jobs that our students can do, and that you can do what you love and stay where you love. So that was really our focus of all this today.
Officials say they hope Mountain E Day becomes an annual event with Remake Learning Days, and it continues to get bigger and better. The festivities in Louisville for the Kentucky Derby continued during the weekend. More than 8,000 runners took the streets of downtown Louisville and southern Indiana for the Kentucky Derby Festival mini marathon and marathon. While some folks had their feet firmly planted on the ground, others took to the skies in Louisville.
This morning we had our great balloon race, so one of the oldest events on the festival schedule. We were able to get over a dozen balloons up flying this morning. A beautiful morning for the balloons to launch.
The balloons, challenged by a windy morning, but all landed safely. The balloons, the runners, and the bourbon celebrations, all a welcome sign for the first time in 3 years. People and money from across the nation and around the world are pouring into Louisville. During Derby season, the city feels the economic benefits. Much of the money comes from a short-term lodging, including hotels, motels, and rentals on sites like Airbnb and Vrbo. All of it helping locals get back to work. Airbnb reports a 343% increase in prices during Derby weekend. And Frankfort was feeling the Derby spirit this past weekend as Governor Andy Beshear kicked off his Team Kentucky Derby Week. In a tweet, the governor shared some photos and thanked everyone who came out to the event and supported local Kentucky businesses, saying this year's Derby feels extra special as we celebrate together again as Kentuckians. Well, Kentucky Agriculture Commissioner Ryan Quarles is running for governor in the 2023 election. He will be running on the Republican ticket. Quarles has been the state's agriculture commissioner for 2 terms. State Auditor Mike Harmon is the only other person who has announced his candidacy for the state's top job. He too is running on the Republican ticket. Several other Republicans are expected to enter the race in the coming weeks. The governor says he is running for re-election. About half a dozen other Republicans have been talking about running for governor as well. That includes Attorney General Daniel Cameron, former UN Ambassador Kelly Knight Craft, and State Senator Max Wise. More candidates have a chance to enter the race officially before the primary in 2023. We've been recognizing some of the men, women, and organizations that are trying to make Eastern Kentucky a better place to live, work, and play. WYMT's Zach Hawk talked with Justin Maxson, the Deputy Under Secretary for Rural Development at USDA and a recipient of an East Kentucky Leadership Award.
Even before getting a degree from the University of Kentucky, an Estill County native was called to public service.
It was probably in high school when I think I began to be clearer about that and really thinking about career options that were about both helping people and better trying to understand, I think, what makes people tick.
Creating destination communities starts by building strong communities.
It's about capital that's available to communities. It's about technical assistance and helping folks have access to the information and the expertise that they need, and it's about vision.
Serving those 3 things led him to a problem-solving group in Appalachia, lending a local touch.
There's nothing better than getting local people together to think about their own future.
Maxson served on the planning committee for Saving Our Appalachian Region, discussing the future in the mountains.
Having those conversations about what's our vision of a better tomorrow, what's our current situation, and how do we get from here to there.
Conversations often involving a diverse group of leaders.
You would have a county judge a retired person, a coal miner, a small business owner, and environmentalist who were having hard but important conversations about the future of their community.
The collaboration was similar to his work with the Mountain Association, where he tried to build a sustainable energy future for the region.
The challenge is to try to figure out economic opportunities that make a difference to folks now, but also have the long term in mind.
After more than 30 years in public service, Maxon continues to tackle those challenges at the federal level.
We invest $40 billion a year in rural development, and we want to drive those investments into places that have the sort of plan that SOAR is creating. And I just think it puts regions ahead where they're thinking about their assets and their challenges.
A professional life helping people by providing the tools and resources necessary for long-term success.
What an opportunity to have your life's career defined by that set of issues.
The 2022 East Kentucky Leadership Award for Public Individual goes to Justin Maxon.
The East Kentucky Leadership Conference took place on April 28th and 29th at the Appalachian Wireless Arena in Pikeville.
Coming up on 642, some foggy conditions still out there this morning, so be aware of that. We're looking at dense fog in Harlan and Middlesboro, just above the threshold there in Somerset and Williamsburg, and Ashland too. But again, remember, patchy dense fog in those valleys. Be careful of that as you head out the door. Temperatures basically stable right now. 44 in Monticello is the cool spot. 58 in Pikeville is the warm spot this morning. Still several degrees colder than it was this time yesterday. 20 plus degrees colder in some locations. Your breakfast forecast today not looking too bad as the sun comes up. The temperatures go up, and they'll go up quickly as we head into the afternoon hours with lots of sunshine. Dakota?
All right, Brendan, thank you so much. 642. When we come back here on Mountain News this morning, U.S. health leaders investigate a string of unusual cases of hepatitis among children. That's just ahead.